so excited about the new product that he's going to get to announce tonight that we're afraid that he's just going to go ahead and spill beans. So we've told him to just kind of hang out, rest, and that way we can hold the surprise for everybody until tonight. But I want to welcome you back to our second session. We're going to do something a little impromptu. And if I can, first off, can I get everybody in the room seated so we can move forward? Wow, that's amazing how that works. Yay. I'd like to remind everybody once again to be very courteous about a lot of chit-chat in the room because it is distracting to a lot of our guests that are here today and our affiliates. So if you need to chit-chat, please step out the back doors, go out into the hall, and respect those others that are in the room learning, okay? Now, let me point out on each of these water stations across the room, you will see that there is a pad and there are pencils there as well, or pens there as well. We decided after our last session that it would be a good idea for y'all to grill the leadership panel. How many of you are looking forward to that? With questions that y'all want to hear? You don't want to hear them answer any questions? Okay. But I'm going to bring up our leadership council. I know there's a lot of questions out there that sometimes people ask. Earlier when they were talking about spot prices, what is spot? How does Karatbars compare to the pricing? There's a lot of different little questions there that sometimes it just helps to know those answers so that you've got your arsenal full, to know how to handle objections along the way. And we want to be able to help you with that. So I'm going to bring my leadership council up this afternoon, and if you have a question, just something, it doesn't matter what it is, there's no bad question, but if you have a question, what I want you to do is to make sure that you've got something to write on and, something to write with, a pen and a piece of paper. And if you have a question, I want you to raise that piece of paper, put your question on the paper, and raise it up in the air. Okay, can we do that? And then I am going to have Anthony run through the audience, and Anthony, you can find another guy to help you on the other side, to run through the audience, and they will grab your questions, and they will bring them forward to the front. And we want to do that, number one, because we do have to be aware of our Spanish audience that have flown here from just all over the world. I mean, we've got so many people from various places around the world, so many people that have came in from Spain and from Mexico and a lot of Central American countries, throughout the world. But we want to make sure that we're speaking slowly enough that the translators can hear the question. So that's the reason we're not going to, just let you stand up and shout it out and stuff, because the Spanish audience cannot hear it. So, with that being said, I'm going to give everybody maybe 3 minutes to write your questions down, if you have one, and then we will have people on point to run through the audience and grab those questions. And then while we're doing that, I would like to see the Leadership Council stage right. If y'all would come on up and give you 3 minutes, and then we'll be introducing the Leadership Council one more time. They bring chairs. And then there was light. Derek's coming too. And Boomer. And Les. Les, you want to bring a chair up? It's up to you. handsome group of guys, ain't it? Okay, I'd like to first introduce, for those of you that were not here yesterday, I'd like to introduce this International Leadership Council. These guys have more than earned the positions that they have today with Karatbars International. And let me tell you a little bit about the Leadership Council and this position. Number one, I think it's very important to have men of character and men of integrity. And each of these men do. These men all have been in front of audiences. They've built incredible teams with Karatbars International. They give unselfishly to everyone in this company. It doesn't matter if it's cross line, down line, up line. It does not matter. These guys give all they've got. They are servant leaders at their best. They keep getting prettier, don't they? As they come up. You know, I would like to thank each and every one of them for the character, their integrity, their willingness to do anything and everything that's asked out of them. We meet each Tuesday with our corporate office, and we felt it was very important to put this panel together for you, because sometimes there are questions that we don't that we don't understand. We are working with a German company. I live in the land of instant, right here in the good old USA. And I know in my business life, if I wanted something done, I wanted it done yesterday. But we work with Germans. And they're good folks, but we got to remember, Germans build the Mercedes. You know, so they do things right. They're a very meticulous people. And in the end, and where we started from 5 years ago, and watching this company develop, and as it built, and as we watched each and every layer be added to this company, I can honestly say I can look back 5 years from today. I can look backwards 5 years, and what I thought at that time was just so paintastically hard, you know, to get through. And why can't you just get it now? And I look back at this company today and I'm like, wow, look what they've accomplished. Because anybody can go open up a gold company and sell some coins. You see those come and go every day. But you're not going to find a company that comes out and offers LBMA accredited bullion that is connected with 3 LBMA accredited refineries anywhere in this world. When we're talking about Karatbars and we're talking about that German mentality and that meticulous mindset that they have, they don't believe in doing things halfway. Sometimes when we're in the middle of that struggle and it starts all coming together and you look back at the final product, it's better than what we could have ever imagined. You know, I can share stories with you as well as these gentlemen over the course of the last 5 years that absolutely has us bleeding Karatbars. We're sold out Karatbars. There is not another opportunity out there. Do y'all know of one? There's only one, right? It's Karatbars. But we're glad you're here tonight. We want to take some of those questions. We already have a few coming up. And I will ask one thing. Wow. We got an hour. We're going to try to get through as many of these as we can. Wow. We got a lot to cover in an hour. Yeah, did y'all forget the money? No, I am going to repeat read the question from your stack here. We're going to try to get through as many as we can. Derek has me on a tight time clock because we have to be out of the room no later than 4:15 completely for them to set up for tonight. So we are on that tight time frame. No more questions. We got plenty. We're probably going to answer. Some of these are probably the same ones, so I bet we can get through it. Okay. First question, and one of y'all raise your hand if you want to answer it. And let me go ahead and give you this. And y'all don't come back here and trip over my purse. Okay, first question, gold supply. What is the strategy to ensure we have enough gold? 2 scenarios, through affiliate explosion, and 2 currency collapses with people running to gold. Boomer, I'm gonna pick you.
Well, first of all, there is enough gold out there. They've been finding gold fields all across the planet. There's no shortage of gold to be extracted out of the ground. It's just a mere the cost it takes to do it. So, as the paper money goes to become backed by gold once again, is what we're seeing happen in its transpiration. There might be a play to topple part of the paper gold, but the physical metal will always maintain its value. So as that reset value to the price of gold, it'll be advantageous to mine more, which means we're connected with what? 3 LBMA good delivery list refineries. What's the rest of the question?
Well, it's the scenarios, you know.
Okay, go ahead.
If we have enough gold for affiliate explosion.
Yes, we have enough gold for affiliate explosion. Yeah,
we're sitting.
They'll get more.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Excuse me. I'm trying not to lose my voice. Next question, and I may have to answer this one if y'all don't mind. It says, I'm aware that for the VIP exclusive, every gram of gold contributes to 20 euro cents to the pot. How are the total returns calculated for the 10,000 shares? And those are pool shares. I'm very conscious about the words I choose in detail. Where can the detailed calculation, including for the projected billion projected in 2016, and where can I go to get the full terms and conditions if one wants to join the VIP exclusive? Let me first say, and I hope y'all don't mind me answering this, the VIP exclusive package should be purchased on its value of the product that is included in that package. If you're planning on marketing and you're serious about your business, you need those products. That package comes with quite a few of the 100 euro discount cards. It also has quite a few of those 3% discount cards. I don't know how many of you are really using that 3% card to your advantage. Because in the beginning, that one card, you enter that code, you're going to get a 3% discount for the next 12 months. Well, when you first start with Karatbars, you may be only acquiring 1 gram of gold a week. So you don't think that 3%'s, that big of a deal. But when you start earning money, or those fiat dollars, and you start taking those fiat dollars and you're turning them back into gold, because through Karatbars, there's an educational process. We get in, we get excited about the opportunity, we get excited about gold, and then we start studying and we start researching and we understand we must have gold. This is not an option. And you start, and as those commissions start earning and your passion starts growing, you're going to start acquiring more gold. It's a given. I see it every day. You may not think you will today, but I've got people in this company now that are acquiring, 15, 20,000 a week in gold as an affiliate. They're taking their commissions. Now, when you've got that kind of purchase going in each and every week, that 3% adds up, right? That 3% card is invaluable, in my opinion. But you have those products. You also have 1,500 euro cards in there. And with those 1,500 euros, you can also use those cards to buy product in your back office of your choice. But you've got a lot of material in there. The benefit is the company, for a limited amount of time, is offering a gift to the VIP exclusive members. That gift is one of those Whirlpool shares. You're not buying that package based on, you're not buying a pool share. You're buying the package for the value of what's in it, okay? Now then, the way the VIP exclusive Whirlpool share is calculated. First, 20 euro cents from every gram of gold that is sold worldwide goes into that pool. Okay, everybody understand that? So to make that pool worth a lot of money, what have we got to do? We're a gold company, right? So we got to sell a lot of gold. The more gold we sell, the more valuable that pool share becomes. So those of you VIP exclusives, we need to be selling gold, okay? The second aspect of that program is the World Pool Share has a position in the dual team. And that dual team position is basically the market starting here in North America, which encompasses 120-something countries, versus the European team. Well, gang, we got started a little bit ahead of them, believe it or not, because I was ready to go to work. You know, when we first started 5 years ago, Joe Norman, you could not stop that man. I actually told people, keep this quiet, don't tell anybody. If you want to know the secret to building a big business, tell people to keep your mouth shut and don't tell nobody. And the next thing you know, you'll have 20,000 people in your group. Now, in 6 months' time, I think it was 5,000 people in 6 months' time, and me telling them, don't tell nobody. I'm doing due diligence, don't tell anybody. But nevertheless, we got started a little bit earlier. How many are out there, you know, you're actively working that dual team and you see that one team, either your left team or your right team, really take off and you go, ooh, that's good, that's going well. Now I got to get over here and start building my other team. You know, same situation right here with Karatbars. There's two teams. And trust me, that European market is going to catch up. Silvio and that group, they're doing a well of a job over there, and it's not going to be long to where those legs are really balanced. But at the end of each period, which happens 2 times a year, the company will take what was placed in that pool from the 20 euro cent sales, or the 20 euro cent per gram that goes into that pool, as well as the team payouts from the dual system, and they'll put that in the pool, and then they tally up the pool, they divide it by 10,000, and that's what your share will be worth. Okay, so if you've got one share, you'll get that value. Where can you see it? In your back office. There is a report, Learn Your Back Office. 99% of the questions that people have, the answers are right there in your back office. Go under your General tab, click on Downloads, scroll all the way to the bottom of that page, and it talks about the Whirlpool shares right there. And the calculations are all right there. Okay? So it's right there. Also, I'm going to invite you to click on Downloads and go to English or Spanish or whatever tongue you choose, you know, that you speak in, and read your affiliate terms, your customer terms, your K-Exchange terms. It's all right there. So it's very, very important that you really get involved and in your back office and learn something new each and every day. Okay? Is that satisfactory for that question, gang? Anybody over there want to add more? I knew that. Okay, I'm going to let y'all choose to answer this one. This is unique. Question. 90% of the affiliates in my downline do not buy gold. Why?
They're brain dead.
They do not understand the principles based on all economies and creating wealth. One of them is velocity. The velocity of the movement of money in any economy regulates how strong that economy is. If you want a strong economy in your business, you create the velocity of the movement of transactions. When you create a transaction every week, you create velocity. If you want to build, who here wants to build a big business? It all begins with you, and you and your message to others either starts or stops you from taking action, or starts and stops them in the duplication process. I often say, if they want to go fast, what are you willing to do? Right? You willing to enroll? Yeah. Let's get you enrolled. You willing to get a package? Yeah. Great. Which one do you want? You willing to upload your documents? Yeah. Let's get them uploaded. You willing to acquire a gram a week in your own account or more every week until you don't have to pay for it out of your pocket? It comes from the system? Yeah, okay, then I wouldn't want you to think that I'm asking you to do something I'm not willing to do myself. And I will take them to my invoices, not my income. And I will show them in a voluntary transparency state. That's where the rubber meets the road, isn't it? And if you're doing it, you want to show it. And if you're not doing it, you can start today. And very quickly you duplicate that. You are not coming out of your pocket to acquire gold. It's either scarcity thinking or abundance thinking. I can't follow that.
I want to add something else to that. Until you become a product of the product, I don't see how anybody can even think or try to encourage or ask someone else to do something that they're not doing. So becoming a product of the product, that's one of the best ways. And I tell people all the time, I got in this business to buy gold. And usually I tell how much I usually get because I can feel good and comfortable in doing that. But when you can feel good, if you're doing it yourself on a weekly basis, you can feel good and comfortable in letting other people know that you're doing it. And being a leader, leading by example is the best way to build any business. Don't show me by telling me, show me by your actions.
Do you believe in what you teach? Do you believe in the words that you share with other people about Karatbars? Have you ever seen somebody suffer where they don't have food? They're worried about shelter? Do you really care about people? They need to know about gold. This is about a heart matter. In 2007 and 2008, some peers of ours lost. He was actually a pass-through lender, made several million a year. His last year in business, he donated $1 million to our community, charities in our community. He was the golden child. They loved him. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. They absolutely loved him. Every country club, every city council meeting, the bank started having problems. His business started having problems. Started calling loan dues. When you're a pass-through lender, by the way, you got a lot of liability. Long story short, he lost everything, including his family property that had been in his family for over 100 years. He lost down to his wedding rings, his children that knew nothing more than private schools and, living the good life. This is a good church-going family. They weren't exotic, just living the dream. Lost it all, and he became the pariah of the town. That broke my heart. And when I first came to Karatbars, I thought, what if? And you need to ask yourself that question. Every time you run into somebody, what if? Because do we really think we got a problem here with debt in this country? Do we think we have a debt problem worldwide? Do we feel like we have an obligation to share the solution with the world? I don't want to ever see anybody suffer. Those little pictures and commercials on TV of the pitiful dogs that people are not taking care of the dogs and the kittens, they break my heart. I just start crying at the drop of a hat. Kids, breaks my heart. I hate to see somebody suffer. You've got to have a heart for people. And if you're in Karatbars and you understand what Karatbars is all about, you're going to go out there and teach that message that Boomer and these gentlemen teach about why you need gold. Gang, it's been around 6,000 years. It has never failed, not once. It still has the same value today as it did 6,000 years ago. Can you name me any other product or any other item on this planet that can say that? It is protection. It's wealth protection. It's wealth insurance. We have an obligation to share that message with people, but don't forget about self. Don't get, there's a lot of people in this room making a lot of money. If that dollar crashes, you can have millions in the bank. What have you got? Don't miss the message. Don't miss the message of what Karatbars is about. So people are not buying gold in your downline. We need to get them involved. We need to get them plugged in. We need them to understand. Some will hear, some will not. But we've got to get out. You have a mission to get out and bless everybody you can in every walk of life. Whether it's in this casino, this hotel, your hometown, wherever, if they're within 3 feet of you, hand them a card. You never know. You just never know that you might be the answer to somebody's prayer. So don't hide yourself under a bushel. Get out there and shine that light and share Karatbars with people. Next question.
Can I add one thing?
Sure you can.
People really don't want to join a program to join a program. They want a formula to get what they want. Does that make sense? There's something there's a reason you're here. There's a reason somebody would want to look at this. And remember, not everybody is going to not be comfortably miserable. Right? A lot of people love their misery. But you chose to step out and come here. You've been doing anything. And that is the heart of the champion that you need to look for, listen to, see, and then provide a formula to help them get what they want, not what you want for them.
Next question. What is Karatbars doing about security and the possibility of counterfeit or forgery on our cards? Who wants to take that one?
I can talk a little bit about the second part. The machines that produce the cards are patented machines owned by the company in Herald Sites. Can you imagine what it would take to reproduce a Karatbar? It's a specialized process. And I know that, and I have seen pictures of knockoffs, 1 ounce double eagles from China. And they do a very good job of that. But nobody has tried to reproduce a Karatbar, to my knowledge. And I don't believe that they have the technology that would be cost effective to do something like that.
What's the first question? First part.
Security, right. I'm looking for it. I laid it down. What's the possibility of counterfeit or forgery of our cards? Then we need to talk about the hologram.
Yeah, don't forget, how many people have a Karatbar with them? Take it out.
Hey.
Look at the back. If you flash that around a little bit in the light, you'll see a hologram on the back. That's a security feature. And some of the original cards had serial numbers. So Karatbars is doing everything possible to secure the gold inside the card. If there's any tampering at all, the hologram will be destroyed.
And you want to keep that intact. You know, if I want to beseech each and every one of you to really study your craft and your product. When I first came in, I was really curious about that hologram, and I went on my little research scenario and my due diligence, and I wanted to know more about that hologram and why. Because not every company has that hologram. Why? I grew up, drove my parents crazy going, why? My entire life, why? Because why? I had to know the why of that hologram, and I found out in 1993, UBS Bank created that technology to put that hologram on the back of gold. Prior to 1993, if you owned bullion, you kept it in a vault, in a private vault. If you removed it from that vault, it lost value. Why did it lose value? Because it was in your hands. The burden was on you now to prove that you didn't alter it, that you didn't manipulate it, that you didn't shave a little bit of it off and change the weight of the product. If you remember a few years ago, there was stories that were making headlines about green gold showing up in vaults all across the world. Not all gold is created equal, gang. You got to really know where your gold's coming from, and when that good delivery stamp from the LBMA is on your gold, it means it's money. It means money. The LBMA's website, lbma.org.uk, states that any gold that is produced by a good delivery list refinery with that LBMA stamp, it means it's money. It's the only gold that can be used for transactions for products and services worldwide. That's on their website. So we don't have just any gold. We didn't stop there. Remember, I keep talking about my Germans. They're a very meticulous group of people. We didn't want to throw just some gold out there. You can go buy gold on eBay. You can go buy gold down at your, bring your gold in here. We'll give you some cash places. You can go buy gold. But what makes Karatbars gold so different? Number one is that LBMA stamp. Do you realize that most LBMA refineries only sell to governments? Do you know of any other company that's affiliated with an LBMA product that is private, branding their name onto that product? It doesn't exist. Karatbars has done what no other company has done. They have connected with 3 LBMA refineries. We're not going to stop with those 3. We only want good delivery list gold. We will have that hologram on our gold because what that states, if you want to take physical possession of that gold, as long as that hologram remains intact on the back of that gold, you do not have the burden of proving authenticity. You do not have the burden of proving weight. If you have gold in your possession, physical bullion in your possession without a hologram, how are you going to sell it back into the marketplace and get the best value for it? Without hiring an assayer, without hiring professionals to prove that product, you're not going to move that gold back in the marketplace and get the best value. Karatbars does it all for you up front to remove that burden on you, because when it's, if you run into a situation you need to liquidate, do you really want to go find an assayer at that time and all these professionals and hire them and pay them up front to guarantee the purity of your gold so you can liquidate what you need when you need? Or do you want a product that's trustworthy right from the beginning, that has everything there for you to protect you, not just today, but in the future, no matter what comes down the road? And Karatbars has taken those steps and thought this through all the way through. So I hope you really research the information about the intent, why that hologram is so important, why that LBMA stamp is so important. We're not putting out just any gold. It is the very best, most sought after gold on the planet. We have two competitors, Argo Herreras and UBS Bank. They produce the same product and they've got a hologram on the back. Go check their price. Karatbars is normally anywhere from $10 to $20 less per gram any given day. Every time. And can I prove that? Have I proved it to a bunch of y'all when I put you on that test? You know, to go prove to yourself that Karatbars is the best value in the industry out there. We're not raising the price of our gold just to pay commissions. Research your product. Most companies that offer, and it's called Karatbar, Kinebar. That's that hologram technology. That name is trademarked by UBS Bank. They're out of stock. They're out of stock. People need that security. Karatbars offers it on every gram of gold that we produce. And I think that's fantastic. And I hope I'm slow enough for the translators. When an affiliate purchases 10 grams, how do you check to see your commission? I'm assuming if it's one of your personal affiliates purchased 10 grams, I don't know who asked the question, but let's assume that Boomer, I'm your affiliate, and I went and purchased 10 grams of gold because I'm smart. How do you go find your commissions to see what you earned?
First of all, the unilevel commissions are only calculated and run at the end of the commission run cycle, which runs from the 11th of the month to the following 11th of the month and paid out on the following 1st of the next month. Meaning, October 11th to November 11th pays out in December 1. Now, you won't see the unilevel direct commission from 0.5% to 6% until it's posted at the end of the cycle, which is the 11th of the month when they make the com run. Therefore, you can go into your commissions. Once that happens, you can go into where it says one-time purchase, and you should be able to see every single amount that you made from direct commission where you sponsored somebody. I would be able to tell her, I would make my rank, go read the affiliate plan, on what she purchases, and then I would also make the differential commission between my percentage and her percentage on her entire team. And you can use the search feature and you can pull up everybody, you put a username in there and see transparency. Now, in terms of the unit value going into the dual system, you would go to commissions tab, then to dual system, units, and then you can set the parameters of the date, or on the right side you can put a search, and you can put that username in there and it will show you every transaction that person has made in their dual system. So when we want to also monitor to see if the message is duplicating, not to see whether or not you're doing it. We want to see if the message duplicates 3 people away from you. We can actually go in, if you know who the username is, by connecting people, their senior partners and their upline directors, and we can put their username in there. We can see, is 3 people away from you, is the message duplicating? You can see it fall off or not. It's very simple. Is that all right? Did anybody get that? Or is that too complicated? Huh? All right.
I've got one really cute one over here. I'm debating on whether I should say it or not because it's a real quick answer.
Go ahead.
You sure? Will the company, wait for this, ever accept Bitcoin?
The company is happy to accept cash. If you have Bitcoin, turn it into cash, send it to the company.
All right, I knew that was a quick answer.
Do you realize Bitcoin would never exist if there wasn't a clear and deliberate, distinct failure in the ability of the paper money to do what it used to do?
Exactly.
It's a money substitute. What do we have?
Real money.
We have real money! Yay! And when other currencies become gold-backed, like maybe the Chinese yuan becoming 20%, what percent is our Karatbar backed? 100%, man! Yeah! Right, Randy?
All right, Derek, you can flag me when I'm getting close. What approach is best to speak with those blue smurfs, sometimes known as blue bubble squatters, that are registered and did not get a package?
It's just holding them accountable. Why did you register an account? What is the reason? How can I help you get what you want? Very simple. Most people, when they understand what Karatbars is, it's just a software, a system that enables you to exchange money substitute into money. How many people here know that paper money was created 150 years ago as a money substitute? Yeah. Why would you want to substitute when you can have a real thing? And so a good approach with those people is just to ask them, why did you even bother setting up an account? Why are you not using the software? And usually you'll find out it's either embedded in fear or lack of information, or both. They're not getting the message. The message didn't get through. It might have went in their ears, but it didn't get into their heart. Once it gets into their heart, and once they understand what money really is, that's the foundation that we build on, is the truth about money, which they don't teach in school on purpose to keep everyone bound to a failing banking system. Our job is to educate the masses, educate every single person in the world and teach them the truth about money, and then show them the only system out there that's free that they can use to exchange money substitute into money and take delivery, or change money substitute into money and keep it in storage, or a combination. Simple as that.
And then you just could threaten their life that if they don't buy a package, you're going to kill them. Nobody knows a story like that that's happened in this company, do they? No. Sitting on the front row. Okay, let me see. Mark, I think you'll be a good one for this one. In case the company goes bankrupt, what is the protection of the affiliate in terms of the gold that they bought? You didn't buy nothing, by the way. If I give you $1 and you give me 4 quarters, how much did I buy? How much did we spend? Watch your words. Watch your words. We ain't buying nothing. We're exchanging one form of currency for a better form of currency. It's important to really choose your words correctly. But Mark, if you'd answer that question.
Sure, there's a fair amount of the affiliates that actually receive the physical gold. So if something happens to the company, you actually have your physical gold already. The other people will have digital forms of gold. And doing business in Germany is highly regulated and very difficult. And if a company misses their financial filings, if they have any kind of financial problems, they're required by law, under penalty of really painful time in jail, to notify the government, and in which place the government puts a receiver in place to manage the affairs of the company, to make sure the customers and the vendors all get their due. Karatbars has contracts with a number of different vaulting companies where the vaulting company has the gold in trust for the affiliates. And so it's just a matter of the receiver matching the records with the vaulting company and then distributing the gold. So it's all pretty straightforward. It's just a matter of it happening. The company is not debt-based, so the likelihood of the company having problems is pretty low.
He's a smart guy. Okay, next question. Any worries about regulatory agencies like the Federal Reserve or others?
Federal.
Yeah, they're not federal and they're not.
It's not a reserve.
And they don't have a reserve. They're, yeah.
And it's not US.
Less,
And it's not a bank.
They just call it that.
they have names. Good plug for Creature of Jekyll Island right now, right? Or others. Then, let me repeat this. Any worries about regulatory agencies, for example, Federal Reserve, or others, then even with the field being compliant, interfering by design with Karatbars? I'm assuming, can they mess with us? Do they regulate us or can they mess with us? It's two different questions.
In my experience, governments can do just about anything they want.
You're right.
That's right.
Short of a compelling reason, complaints, fraud, those types of things, there's no reason for a government agency to involve themselves in our business.
As long as you stay out of their business, they'll stay out of yours. If you start trying to become a financial advisor or a tax advisor, yeah, they've got the power to stretch their little muscle and do whatever they want to. If you're not licensed, and I hope Matt goes over a lot of that tonight. If you're not licensed, then you don't need to be talking about investments, because gold is not an investment. You've been told a lie. If you think gold is an investment, it's not. Gold is insurance. Okay?
Just one thing about that. If the way the securities industry works is that if you are involved in discussing somebody's personal finances and you suggest to them that they perhaps sell some of their stock or something and maybe buy some gold, you've engaged in a securities transaction. So you really don't want to do that unless you're licensed.
Thank you.
One thing that is attractive to many people with money, Karatbars account provides an extra layer, a doorway that prevents certain actions by others to go in those accounts very clearly without due process. Follow me? In the United States, all it takes is a stroke of a pen and they can go in your home, they can go in your bank, they can go anywhere they want to do, and then they can do what they want to do, and then you have to go through their due process to get it back. That make sense? Karatbars provides a layer of security that they can't just, at least, this is where we are now, they can't just go in and do what they want. There's a doorway. Does that mean they don't know what's in there? Didn't say that. Just that they can't go in the door without permission. And you and your actions determine, as he was saying, whether you place you under those agencies' regulations. So know what you do. I don't sell gold. I don't take the orders. I don't handle the money. Okay? I show people how to open up their personal online offshore cash management system using a secured server in their pajamas and exchange their paper money into gold money as they choose to. And I make a referral to that system. Is that enough?
Okay, Lloyd, we hadn't heard a lot from you. This is the last question, and then I have one other comment that somebody turned in here. And the question is, what is the best method to obtain gold buyers when you don't have friends and family? What do you do that works?
And she gave it to me because I don't have friends. And I sat down at the end hoping it would never get down this far. Well, we all have friends and family, and it's not about friends and family, because we all know that's the first people who will tell you you're nuts. So if you're concerned about that, you don't have the posture to go to your friends and family, don't go to your friends and family. But every day, I just met a couple of people on my stroll down through the casino. I was standing next to a guy yesterday in the coffee lineup. This morning I was sitting at having breakfast, and I could have easily chatted to the fellow to the next to me if my daughter and her friend were sitting on the left. We were together. So you're always going to meet somebody new. There's all sorts of different ways that you can connect and try to expose people to the business. And this is a relationship building business. It's not a network marketing business. And the benefit we have is we are a 100% commission program. It's not a little bit of every commission that's paid is being shared with everybody else, and you need a lot of people to make any money here. I can bring in one person if I'm in here positioned properly as an affiliate, and I can make something that's going to motivate me. I can make a lot of money relative to what you do by referring